Hi, my name is Amy Mitchell. Today, the NIH held their long COVID RECOVER conference, and they had a comment period for their TLC program for long COVID. And they had an opportunity to apply for an opportunity to speak. Unfortunately, they only had 10 slots, and it was chosen by lottery, and I was not picked to be a speaker. But I had my speech prepared, and I wanted to take this opportunity to share what I had written. So this is nothing fancy. I'm just going to read my statement, but I wanted the world to hear it just the same. And I will be submitting this to the RECOVER program in writing as well for historical documentation and for their consideration. So, I have primary immune deficiency, CVID and APS1, making me particularly vulnerable to infections. I was first infected with COVID on March 3rd, 2020. My initial illness lasted 4 months, but it never ended. I developed long COVID. Within the first month, I had new onset vasculitis, POTS, neuropathy, reactivated Lyme, and lymphocytopenia. Allergic reactions, diarrhea and malabsorption, autoimmunity, cognitive impairment, muscle wasting, anemia, insomnia, and unending shingles came later. At first, doctors didn't believe me when I didn't get better, but over the years and 7 infections later, they now compare my condition to HIV. My immune system has never been the same. I have low T and B cells. My T cells no longer respond to antigens. I have to remain on antibiotics, antivirals, and antifungals to keep infections under control. My immuneglobulin isn't enough. I catch new infections easily. I have experienced AIDS-defining illnesses, including chronic disseminated zoster lesions, esophageal thrush, and muscle wasting. Spike protein from SARS-CoV-2 has been detected in my blood, which is likely from viral reservoirs. And after my 7th COVID infection, caught while at medical appointments, I have tested positive for over 6 months. The doctors suspect that I have a chronic SARS-CoV-2 infection, but have no way to treat it. There are no antivirals or monoclonal antibodies approved for long-term use on COVID. My insurance won't cover more than 5 days of Paxlovid twice a year, nor will they cover monoclonal antibodies because of their EUA approval by the FDA. I rebound after a single course of Paxlovid. 3 days of remdesivir has failed. I haven't had an opportunity to try more. I need better antiviral treatment options. As a person with long COVID, chronic SARS-CoV-2, and in both genetic immune deficiency and an apparent acquired immune deficiency, COVID. I have resorted to trying off-label HIV medications and herbal supplements. I experienced some improvement, but none so strongly as Paxlovid or Evusheld when I tried it in 2022, or random batches of Immuneglobulin, likely due to better matched antibodies. I have no way of knowing how effective these medications are without a way to measure viral load. Unlike people with HIV, people with long COVID have no tests to prove their chronic infection or viral load over time. The root cause of long COVID is COVID, SARS-CoV-2. We need to retest and to treat it. And to protect patients, respirator masks need to be worn in all research and medical settings. The last remaining COVID emergency standards are set to expire in December and need to be extended and expanded to include long COVID. Those would be telehealth, coverage of antivirals and monoclonal antibodies, needing to be required by all insurance, not just Medicaid and Medicare. And the FDA EUA approval process needs to be expanded and extended and to include long COVID for new treatments, to incentivize their development and to make them available to patients. Thank you.